to set.
Camera speed.
Sound production, take one.
Action!
Supergirl 2026 drops in the next day or so. Welcome back, my AKAPADers, my fellow film buffers. This is AKAPAD, the Film Buff Podcast, coming to you from Philadelphia, PA. Now, little bit of a show update. Let's just get it out of the way. I might be viewing Supergirl early, so be on the lookout for a potential Supergirl 2026 release. That will drop as soon as I see the movie, think about it, get back, probably drink some whiskey, sit down, record, tell you guys about it. But in celebration and observance of Supergirl 2026, we have the 1984 Supergirl. Now, here's the crazy thing. A lot of times we talk about my family. We talk about personal connections to things. So much of this podcast is all the DeLucas coming together time and time again to watch movies. It's some families do it with sports. They do it with the Eagles. We do all that too, but we throw the great cinema, those great blockbusters, all in the mix. 1984. I remember this movie coming out. I remember my sister, and I feel like this is the real broad point. See, my sister liked She-Ra. She liked Gem. She loved Barbie's Strawberry Shortcake, right? It was the 80s, the age of toys, but she was a little bit older than me. But what didn't happen with Supergirl is my sister latched on to Wonder Woman, a TV series from 5-6 years prior to Supergirl. The Linda Carter Wonder Woman still resonates with my sister today. The Helen Slater Supergirl movie never did. It never quite turned the key. And I'm taking this approach and introducing all of you to this movie because I want you all to know back during this time, Supergirl was not a feminist movie. It was not a girl power movie. This movie was seemed and expected to be a resurgence for Superman because my sister and I would watch Superman 3 on TV. We had it taped off of TV too. My father would tape everything. We thought Superman 3 was a joke. We loved Superman 1 and 2. Supergirl comes in and is supposed to really be a inner series reboot. It might be like the first of its kind, but it's a full spin-off. And until recently, I never realized how much of the Christopher Reeve films are in this movie. Christopher Reeve originally was supposed to have a cameo or somewhat of a supporting role in this film. Originally, they developed this film as Supergirl helping her mentor Superman. Christopher Reeve backs out, and we get the movie we have. And then what do we have? We have a movie that a lot of people lost a lot of money with. We have a movie that so many critics, even to this day, they lean heavy into bashing this movie. They like to rip it apart. If you want the real opinion, stay tuned, because I'll tell you right now, who cares? I think this movie's ahead of its time. I think this movie exposed some of the problems and expectations of Supergirl. We want Supergirl to exist. We love the idea of Supergirl, even with the new Flash movie. Just a bunch of excitement for Supergirl. But then we can't have Supergirl without Superman. And Superman's supposed to be the last survivor of Krypton. It works best. It only works that way. And time again, every time Superman resurfaces, it takes a little bit. But once they need that jolt, Supergirl's the first thing they go to. Same as Batman. You know, as soon as like the Dark Knight fades away a little bit, we need Robin. Put Robin into the series, into the franchise yet again and again and again. But Supergirl has origin problems. She has where she comes from problems. There's a solution here, which I love. She comes from a somewhat of like a middle negative zone. The negatives, right? Negative zone is a Marvel reference. The Phantom Zone, right? The Phantom Zone is where Marlon Brando exiles the villains from the first movie in the first scene. Zod, right? Zod and all of them, they get blown away into the Phantom Zone. Supergirl comes from a chunk of Krypton that got blown into this like interdimensional space that's between our reality and the Phantom Zone. Really cool position there. But we get problems, right? Like the society, the people, they don't look like Krypton. They very well could have looked like Krypton. Everything that we got in that first Superman movie. But the idea to get Supergirl to Earth, to have her have powers, and to have her in the uniform, no comic book and no movie has found the solution for this. But in 1984, they give Supergirl a different world, a different set of friends. They give her some of like Jimmy Olsen's in this movie. The Richard Donner, Christopher Reeve, Jimmy Olsen. We have Lois Lane's sister in this film. So there's a big crossover. We have Kara Zor-El. She references, Superman's my cousin. I believe she says this 3 times within this movie. We see a Superman poster. We hear about the quest for peace, the 4th Superman movie on a radio, which is kind of cool. Like a good level of foresight there. Like, again, like just geeky Easter egg stuff that we all enjoy. But here's the thing. Let's just say we get to the point where Supergirl can fly. She has her costume. She has discovered her powers. To get there, we have to sacrifice one act of this movie. And then we get the villain, played by Faye Dunaway, that I absolutely love. Selena. Selena in this movie is the perfect counter to any Superman hero. See, the true weakness of the Man of Steel is magic. From a storytelling standpoint, once this is defined, you can do some amazing things. This is why Superman's greatest enemies are really from beyond. They're not from Earth. Earth, he's here to maintain the peace. But his true threats are technically cosmic evil, cosmic horror. It's H.P. Lovecraft. There's so many elements in this movie that is cosmic horror. That's H.P. Lovecraft. Selena is a witch, and she perfectly counters Supergirl. There's times in this movie, things that happen in this movie that are mind-bending, and that Supergirl has no control over, and we know it, and we track it. So in the whole arc, we want to see Supergirl like fall in love. We want her to have a little bit of a struggle. We want her to make friends. Her secret identity, where she's a brunette, is incredible. What a smart solution. Like I said, a little bit ahead of the time. Honing in on magic ahead of its time. Putting her origin in somewhat of a membrane inner dimension that she gets blasted or somewhat like drawn out of. She gets pulled out of it. Pretty effing cool. What's not cool is just how this movie gets started. The things that we see. We're waving wands and we're growing trees. And I always said, I felt like Kara Zor-El here, our girl Helen Slater, the big fault of this movie is that she's not a kid in the beginning of this movie, or at least a teenager. She's full grown, not understanding things and speaking as if she's just, and I think she's supposed to be younger, but she's a beautiful adult woman. We all know it. We all see it. So she's a little bit naive. She's a little bit, asking. She doesn't know what a tree is, and you're just going on it. You're like, come on. But A.K.A. Padders, I really want to hit this point home. I think this movie is grossly overlooked, underrated, underappreciated. If we stack it against the 4 Superman movies, this is the 3rd best one. I believe Quest for Peace could be number 4. And then we have Superman 3. For a stretch, going into 2007, I think for watchability, I think for like a lot of these things people like to say, world building, the lore, the mythology. I think this movie as a spin-off is there. I would put this movie high until we get the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, this would maybe be a top 15 superhero movie of all time. When it comes to DC and Marvel adaptations, I think it gets a little bit higher. This movie answers all the questions that even the comic books have struggled with. Every few years, there is a new Supergirl origin or take or position or retcon. They are continuously trying to play with, is she from Krypton or is she not? And then do we make her related or don't we? These are really tough questions to answer just from everything everybody knows about Superman. This movie connects it, attempts to expand on it. I think it's ambitious. It swings for the fences. I like the villain. I like the arc. I like the love story. Casting there. It's an entertaining, fun movie. Do we have to get through the initial get up and let's go? Yes. One other major fault, Jerry Goldsmith. We don't get this like Beethoven level, opera level theme for Supergirl. We want something similar to that John Williams theme from Superman the movie that is still played everywhere today. I'm sure they're playing it for the World Cup. Jerry Goldsmith, our composer, has let us down. And I don't know. Let's just see. Can we get? I don't. You know what? We'll skip going through his biography or his discography or bibliography, filmography, only because I think it's inconsequential. If this is towards the end of his career or whatever, but he really doesn't have many misses. This is one of them. Jerry, in my view, is still a top 5 film composer. Some of the theme resonates by the time we get to the credits, but the presentation of this movie is serious from the opening credits. The end credits, I think. I love the end credits for it. It's like some weird mirror marching effect, all done practically. Like you can almost see that they're projecting it, and it's really cool stuff. If you guys want credit porn, just get to the end of this movie and just appreciate it for as long as you can, because it's not every single credit, but it's a good chunk of them, like the production credits. But yeah, A.K.A. Padders, Supergirl, 1984, highly overrated, I think, by a good margin. I love you guys. Rock and roll.
Okay, that's a wrap.